welcome or welcome back to Chemistry with Kismet Tarot. I'm Monica, the Kismet Chemist. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Welcome to the family. It's an honor to have you. If you're returning, welcome back. I have missed you. It's also an honor to have my return viewers. All right, guys. So today we are getting messages about the spirits that are around you right now. Now, spirit is everywhere in each and every one of us, woven in and out of everything that is within this grand creation that is this life that we live. But sometimes a more concentrated energy comes forth. These are not messages to scare you. If this is something that is triggering fear, I would advise you to either click off the reading or ask your guides whether this is the right reading for you. My readings are never intended to elicit fear. So last night I was taking a shower and I've been having a really hard time lately. With the way that my year has been, I had a major surgery. I had a life-changing diagnosis. I got a little crazy there for a while and took up a job knowing that it was not a good idea for my physical and mental health. Left that job, went through a lot of things this summer, lost my grandma. My mom was diagnosed with breast cancer, found out that she is a carrier for a high risk of developing precancerous polyps. And that means that it would be active in my system, which we've already seen. And so it's been a lot of things going on. A lot more grounded and down to earth events have been occurring. And it's been a challenge for me to balance out. And so when I get into the shower, I have this tendency to pray. Water is very cleansing. It washes us clean, but it also helps to wash away a lot of things from our energy field, from our mind, from our hearts. So as I was in the shower last night, I was praying and setting the intention for clarity of mind, for peace of mind, for my energy to be cleared, for protection to be gifted to me, for me to be blessed with assurance, with confidence, with love. And I set these intentions. I sent this prayer up, and I, for the first time ever, made it a very direct way of reaching spirit. I set the intention as I was closing out with just so much gratitude in my heart. I set the intention that the prayer would go through my heart, up through my soul to my higher self, and out to the heart of our Creator, so that it would be a direct connection between my heart and the Creator's heart, and still take into account all these different versions of me, different pieces of me. And as I closed that prayer out, I heard whistling, just kind of, playful, gentle whistling right outside my shower. And I smiled to myself and I just kind of felt this wave of love. And when I got out, I had originally thought it was my husband. So I went and I talked to David in the kitchen and I said, "Were you in the bathroom? Did you whistle in the bathroom?" And he goes, "Well, no." He's like, "Cooper came up to get a towel, but other than that, no." And even if Cooper had opened the door, the whistling was literally right next to me on the other side of the shower curtain. And instead of feeling fear, I just felt so much love, so much assurance. We have different spirits around us all the time. Guardian angels, archangels, ascended masters, spirit guides, ancestors, our passed on loved ones, even our passed on pets. We have these spirits around us all the time. And when we choose to make a connection, when we open our hearts up in an authentic way, they come in and they help us understand things that they're able to see more clearly than we are. They are able to bring in different perspectives, different truths, different awarenesses so that we can grow, we can heal. That's the intention I set here. And I have 3 candles lit, and I know you guys can't see it on the screen because it's really bright. Plus, I am doing my whole spooky season filter, which I actually kind of love doing it this way for spooky season because it just makes me feel so just yay. But all 3 of these candles are light blue. They're meant to signify a lighter throat chakra clearing, but they're also intended to help the spirits so that they can be heard. Oftentimes when we have spirits around us, all they want is to be heard. So how this reading is going to work is we have 4 piles. I will put on meditation music for you guys and then probably let Willow out because she's whining at me. I'll put on some meditation music, but we have the archetype card, which is this top card. That card is signifying the archetypal energy of the spirit around you. We're going to look at the light attributes and the shadow attributes and allow them to help correlate that to your own energy so you can recognize this energy signature. Then we have the energy oracle, which is actually representing what energy they're bringing forth into your life. And then we have the wisdom of the oracle, which is something that they're here to share with you, whether it's advice or help, or they want to address something specific in your life. I'm leaving it pretty much open to them. We're going to get direct messages using the tarot. I am working with the Hocus Pocus Tarot today. And then we'll just get some final closing messages using the Witching Hour Oracle. So that is how this reading is going to go. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and put some meditation music on for you guys, let you guys get tapped into the energy, get into the flow, allow yourself to be guided, trust your intuition, and I will see you at your piles. Also, the timestamps are in the description box below. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Hello, pile 1. If you chose the first cards, the first pile, this is the message for you about the spirits around you and what they want to share with you. So before we start, I am going to ring this bell. So if you have headphones, just as a heads up. Okay. So pile 1. Let's take a look at the archetype first. We have the goddess archetype, and the light attribute of this is the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. And the shadow attribute is exploitation of the female nature and form. The energy that they are bringing forth for you is represented by the card Patience, which is the number 16, which also correlates to the Tower card. It reduces down to a 7, which correlates to the Chariot card. And then we have the card number 11 with By the Book and what they're here to talk to you about. So we have the Master number 11, first of all, and then we have a 16 and 7. Now, the 16 and 7 is a challenging energy. And with this being patience, this is about you getting in touch with the feminine energy, with the goddess energy. It's that elevation energy that is asking you to realize that we have all of these different aspects of ourselves, all these different archetypes. So there's a spirit around you that is helping you to embody a softer energy, softer yet more powerful. I'm being shown a variety of different goddesses: Isis, Oya, Oshun, Sekhmet, Freya, Danu, so many different goddesses. And each of these goddesses, they have this soft, loving energy. However, when push comes to shove, they know this is what I need to do. This is what I am called to do. I have received this wisdom and I am here to share it. I have this life force energy within me and I am here to bring it forth into the world. Oftentimes, we go through phases in our life where we take advantage or we overlook the feminine energy. For a really long time in my life, I believed that my only worth was in my physical body. It was based off of how I looked and what I could offer to others based off of my physicality. And I diminished the essence of my own goddess energy. When we overlook this energy, we overlook this beautiful gift that we have in our life. Now, this spirit wants you to understand that the feminine goddess energy, it moves slowly. It moves at its own pace. Yes, it's the feminine expressed through our life force energy, but she knows about cycles. She knows about change. She knows about flow. And that is what the spirit is here to teach you. They're here to teach you about your own inner goddess. And this is not gender specific. I just saw 444 on my clock. So fours may be significant for you. You may be seeing repeating fours. It just really caught my eye all of a sudden. But this is about each and every one of us. We all have goddess and God energy within ourselves. It's our divine feminine and our divine masculine. And arguably, the goddess energy is one elevation of the divine feminine energy. And she moves with the flow of life, with the flow of nature. So there are times in our lives where we're asked to slow down. We're asked to be patient, and that can come as a challenge. It can be hard to wait things out. It can be hard to take our time. But there is a certain order of things that must occur in order for our life to really blossom the way that they need to. With By the Book, this is about that order. We've got 3 elephants on here and they're all holding each other's tails. One is smaller than the next, which is smaller than the next. And when we look at this, we could look at it as a parent and a teenager and a child, sure. But it also makes me think about Russian dolls and how all of the pieces of a Russian doll are inside the one doll. But when you take them out and you set them down, you see all the different layers, all the different processes to get to the full, bigger Russian doll. And it starts with one small piece. When we are accessing this energy, when we are working with this energy, especially when we're working with this energy outside of ourselves, it takes time. It takes patience. And that doesn't mean that the energy isn't going to respond immediately. It means it takes time for you to understand on an energetic level. And then from there, an emotional and a mental level, what this energy is here to help change within your life. Because we do have a 16, which is a Tower card energy. That is the energy of change. With the 7, this is an energy of change at the highest magnitude, at the greatest level for your own good. But it's hard to see that at times, especially when there are certain processes, certain orders, certain cycles that have to be worked through. They have to be navigated through. So where I'm at right now in my life is very similar to what this lesson that she's trying to teach you is. And where I'm at in my life is learning how to be gentle, be graceful with myself, learning how to take the time that I need to take in order to put things back to rights. I've had a lot of tower moments in my life. I talked about it a little. Wow. I talked about it a little bit in the intro, but I've had a lot of these moments in my life. And in the past, when I would have a tower moment, I would rush into fix-it mode. I would rush into, let me do this, let me do that, let me do this. And I would bypass all the energies. I would bypass all the emotions. I wouldn't give myself the time to find the wisdom. And in a way, that was exploiting my own goddess energy because I wasn't giving to my goddess what it needed. I wasn't giving to my divine feminine what she needed. I was switched automatically into fight or flight, mostly fight, and go, 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 active masculine mode. This year, I am learning how to take the time that I need to take. I'm learning how to take the step back. I'm learning how to be patient. I am practicing this patience because when we look at the clock, time slows. When we look at the clock and we want it to go faster, we want to move beyond something, time is going to feel like the most endless process because we just want to get past it. We just want to get over it. But sometimes we have to go down to the core of it, open up and strip down the layers, pull them apart, and then look at each level, each step, each process, each cycle, each change by the book. Go step by step by step. It started here, then this changed, then that changed, then this changed, then that changed. And give yourself the grace to take the time that you need to go through these things. And you have spirit around you that is helping you understand how to access this energy, how to allow this energy to envelop you so that you can take the time that you need. This world may seem like it is going a million miles a minute, but in reality, time is a construct that we created in order to put things into a scientific mindset so that we had some sense of step by step by step. This is what we do here. This is what we do here. This is what we do here. And when we are navigating through our own natural cycles, we're unlearning and learning brand new information. And that does take time and it takes patience. And we can be the most patient with outside people, with outside energies, and the most impatient with ourselves. And this energy, this spirit around you is asking for you to give back to you, to go back to the beginning, go back to the start, whatever that means to you. Go back to that very first Russian doll at the very core, the baby doll. Go back to the very end of the line and say, okay, I created this mask, or I created this layer of my identity. I created this portion of myself because of this situation. I created this. And then this situation happened and I added on to it so that you can start seeing why you have all the layers that you have, how they have served you, and whether they are serving you still. And if they aren't, then you can recreate it or you can create a brand new layer. We all have so many different aspects and layers to ourselves. But when we are in this energy of feeling like we're just waiting for everything to crumble, or we are waiting to even recognize what is going on, we're not honoring what gift it is, this patience, what gift we have within this patience. The gift we have within patience is clarity. It is wisdom. It is tapping back into your own nature, your own life force, your own goddess energy. And so spirit around you right now is asking you to open yourself up to learning from this energy. So let's see the message they have here with the tarot cards. We have the 8 of Lightning, the Queen of Candles, and the 9 of Candles. Okay. The 8 of Lightning is the 8 of Swords, and it's that energy of being stuck. It's a stuckness energy, but this is telling you that all that feeling of being trapped, being stuck, being isolated, being lost, being unable to move, all of that is within your own power to change. You have the power to overrule that and to change that. Why? Because you have this wisdom within you that there are certain things that you can do. Sometimes the very first step that we take is the exact step that we need. Sometimes when we're trying to get back in touch with our youthful nature or our hopes, our dreams, we feel like all of that is so frivolous. It's so childish. And so we get ourselves in this position of, I can't move. If I move, I'm going to be struck by lightning. If I move, I'm going to crumble. If I move, everything is going to fall apart. But at the core essence is the Queen of Candles. This is the Queen of Wands. This is the ultimate power of self, the ultimate witch energy, magical energy. She literally sits on her throne and she's got the black cat, which is her thumbing her nose at everybody who says that the black cat is bad luck. She says, no, this is good luck. You have this at your core, but some pain trapped this energy. This energy is trapped between mental and emotional pain. And there is zero judgment here on that because we get in these positions at times. We get in these states at times where we're going through so much that to move would be to feel more anguish, feel more anxiety, feel more worry, feel more stress, feel more pain. And so we freeze, we stop, we lock ourselves down. And then when you get into that state for long enough, you forget that you are this queen. Your divine feminine energy is this queen energy. You hold this strength, this wisdom, this power within you. But you're so trapped because this pain over here, this anguish over here, it overrides so much and locks you down. And so that's why she's here to help you. She's here to help you open that Russian doll and go back and back and back and look at how it transpired. Look at how the story was written. Look at the narrative that was. Look at the book of your life. In essence, it's the book of your life, and look at the starting point. You're moving backwards right now, but it doesn't mean that you're moving backwards in progress spiritually or physically or anything like that, because sometimes we have to move backwards in order to go forward, like an arrow. Sometimes you have to embody the arrow, and that means having the patience to know that when you're being pulled back, it's because at some point that is going to let loose. And why do you hold that at a certain point? Because you are honing in your sight. You are honing in what you're aiming at so that you can actually hit your target right in the bullseye. But in order to do that, you have to remember that you are the one that has the ability to line that sight up. And the more that you're trapped and the more that you feel this, instead of going deeper, instead of going back, and you stay in this trapped phase, the longer it is that the arrow will be held. How do you release the arrow? Essentially by lighting that candle. Yeah, it hurts. Yes, it's been a long journey, but light that last candle and set an intention. This could be something that you can actually do physically. I'm actually seeing somebody do this. Light a candle with a specific intention. Choose the color that calls to you. Light that candle and take time, take patience to sit with the candle, to sit with the flames, to watch as the light flickers, to watch how it changes, how it dances, how it moves. Think about how your energy could be like that flame. And then when the candle goes out, when that candle goes out, you've spent that time with that energy. You've spent that time with that intention. You have spent that time connecting to yourself, to your energy, to your life force energy. You have gained the wisdom of patience. And from there, what happens is you recognize that you can do more. You can take one tiny step. When you light that final candle, you can move through the energy and return back to remember who you are at your core, to remember who you are in essence. And this energy has a very divine feminine. So I'm saying she is right next to you through this. I'm actually seeing like an angelic hand reach out and touch a shoulder as you're sitting and watching the candle to let you know that you're not alone. Hearing, I will stand bastion with you. I will stand here with you. I will stand here while you hold that light, while you connect with that light so you can return back to your light. I will be here with you. What a beautiful message. All right. Let's just get some final thoughts for you guys. How can pile one take this energy and utilize it more fully in their life? What more do they need to know? Okay. We have the card 36, bathing in the river with self-care. I love this. And then we have the card 25, mud and moss with stagnation. Again, another 7 and another 9. So these are two very different yet very similar cards because mud and moss is on the riverbanks. And with the stagnation, sometimes we have to push ourselves to walk through that mud. It's thick and it sucks you in. It sucks your shoes down, your boots down. It pulls you down and it can feel scary and hard to get through that energy. But love yourself through it. Because once you get into the river, the water washes everything away. It clears, it cleanses, it purifies, and it brings you, back to harmony, back to peace, back to yourself. It is how you show your physical body the love and the nurturing. And the more that you pour that in, the more you start realizing there are other pieces of you that are getting nurtured by this, other pieces that are getting this love and this care. It may feel hard, feel challenging, but you can get through this. All right, pile one, this is what I have for you. I want to take this time to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you to your guides, my guides, and the Great Spirit for connecting these energies, facilitating the messages, helping them flow through. Thank you for the spirits that are surrounding Pile One's collective, for bringing forth this loving message, for bringing this uplifting energy, for helping them understand, helping them see, and helping them navigate through this time. Thank you. Pile One, if this resonated and you would like to support my channel, I would truly appreciate that. Some of the ways you can do that are liking this video, commenting in the comment section below. You can subscribe to my channel. You can also go and look in my description box. There are links to donate to my channel and links to my author page on Amazon. Any and all of these are awesome ways that you guys can help my channel grow, help it reach the audience it's meant for. connect with me, share your wisdom, share your stories, share your resonances, and really, build this community that we have. I love you guys so much. I'm going to leave you here. I will see you at my next reading. Bye. Hello, pile 2. If you chose the second pile, this is the message for you about what the spirits around you now want to help you with. With yours, it's help you with. So the archetype energy we have is Prince, and the light attribute is romantic charm and potential for power. The shadow attribute is using power for self-aggrandizement. Give me just a moment. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee here. Okay. Well, that did not happen to my throat or my voice with any other energies or piles. So pile 2, this first energy, the spirits around you right now for the collective of pile 2 is coming forth with this Prince archetype. It's charisma. It's know-how. It's understanding that there is a lot of potential within a certain situation, within yourself even. But charisma only gets you so far. And that's something that I have learned along my journey is there are a lot of people out there who are very charismatic. They are very convincing. They are very motivational in what they bring forth. And they are very much about themselves. And it's unfortunate because when you have this kind of energy, and the reason why the spirit is taking this archetype is because this is a natural energy for you. When you are in this charismatic energy, it's almost like the world is at your fingertips. And it really is, because 99% of any kind of sales, anything is about convincing the person of a need that they have, of a desire that they have, and of the ability of what you have to fill it. But we can see how this power gets used in the wrong way. Now, this is about your voice. That's why my throat is the way that it is with your pile in particular, is because this is about what you have to talk about, what you have to share with the world. And when we are sharing with the world, one of my subscribers and a good friend of mine, Sarah, talks a lot about how there are some energies and some messages where it's just me taking you to church. Now that phrase, take you to church, it's because when you grow up in a church environment like myself, sometimes the pastor writes a sermon and they are so passionate about it. And they touch on the parts that relate to other people. This love you have for this faith, this belief, this deity, what have you, the love for Jesus, a love for God. And they use that and they put a certain timbre to their voice and move at a certain pace, a certain tempo. And they do this, and it is like it's captures you. And so you get into it and you're really involved. And oftentimes when that happens, we can miss the in-between stuff. We can miss the cleverly interwoven messages that tear down our energy, that feed off our energy, that play on our shadows. And the spirits around you want you to recognize through a higher level of discernment the difference between charisma and self-aggrandizement, because sometimes those two things can get very blurred. And the reason why is because the energy that they're bringing forth is this door to value. And even though this door that's opening up, it has all these pieces of money, dollar bills and yen and pounds and what have you, coins and whatever. It has all of this money just flowing through, but value is not always about money. Value is about what it is that you have within you. Money is the energetic exchange. Money is the physicality of what you already contain within you. Now, when we are moving through an energy of truly valuing ourselves, truly seeing our own worth, there is no self-aggrandizement. However, it doesn't mean that you can't talk about yourself. It doesn't mean that you can't blend your awareness, your wisdom, your potential, your power, your everything with that charisma and share it with the world. And that is what Sarah means when she says, you're taking me to church, is that I channel, the way that I channel is I surrender myself to spirit, but spirit knows that my thought process is in correlations, connections. And so spirit will open up my awareness to your energy by showing me something I have experienced or have seen on a TV show, have heard in a song. Spirit connects in that way for me. And so there are times where I understand it so well and I know how hard it is, or I know the challenge, I know the struggle, and I know how possible it is to get through it because I've been there, I've done it, and I believe that we all have that capability. In those moments, the energy that you're working with, the spirit is helping you understand. In moments like that, it's not about you elevating yourself. You're saying, oh my gosh, I recognize this. I recognize this situation. I recognize this energy. I recognize this challenge. I recognize this mindset, this emotional pain, this whatever. I recognize this in someone else because I've been through very similar. It's never the same because we are all different. It's never the same, but I recognize it because I have been through similar. Let me tell you what I did. Let me share with you the wisdom that I have gained. Let me gift to you this value that I contain within myself. And that person then kicks back is what we like to. It's a really crude way of saying they give you money or they give you something, and it's the barter system. It's the trading system. And this world was built upon that. And now it's about money, but it's about you seeing the value of what you have experienced. That's why the prince has the potential for power, because a prince is only potential. A prince is not powerful. A prince is potentially powerful because the prince is still subject to the king and the queen. In that prince energy, that means that you have that potential for power, but you're still learning from the higher levels. You're still underneath this. And so you can be romantic, you can be charming, you can be charismatic, but you're still living in a state of potential. And that is important to recognize. It doesn't mean that you have to wait forever. It means that you have to recognize first what potential you contain within and what value that potential has. Because while this energy is a prince energy and the prince in a hierarchy is still underneath the king and queen, the king and queen exist within you, just like the prince and the princess exist within you. So your divine masculine, more than anything, energy right now is holding this potential for power. But first, you have to recognize the value that you have within yourself, the value that you have at the foundations, at the root of everything within you. The value is what you know, what you've experienced, what you have to share, what you have to offer. And it can come in a multitude of ways. It can come in doing life coaching, spiritual coaching. It can be in the form of being a energy healer. It could come in the form of being a barista in a coffee shop, and you just share all of this wisdom that you have with people who come to buy coffee. It could be in a multitude of ways. It doesn't have to be just in the spiritual realm. And I don't actually believe in just the spiritual realm, because I believe that spirit is interwoven in everything. So even when we're working something like a 9-to-5 or a corporate job, if we have the awareness, the spiritual awareness of what we're doing, why we're doing it, what the mission is, what the purpose is, we're still helping people, because there are plenty out in the corporate world that are out there in that life, in that world, doing good things, practicing spirituality. There is no division between anything. And that is one of the reasons why this world does not open that door. So many people in the world will not open this door. They will self-aggrandize. They will use their power. They'll use their money. They'll use their influence, but they won't use the true value of their heart and their soul. But you, pile 2, are different. You are a different kind of person. You're a different soul, because you recognize that you can be in any forum in this world. And the value that you contain within yourself is not because of a degree. It's not because of being made partner in a law firm. It's not because you're a stockbroker who makes $1 million. It's not because you have all this money, and it's not because you are struggling in poverty. It's not because of any of the physical things that people identify as value. It's because of the wisdom, the love, and the potential that you know you contain, and your willingness to go on the journey to find it. And that is what this spirit is here helping you with. We have Treasure Island. This spirit is helping you to close out a cycle. And I almost didn't want to say that, because it's not even closing out a cycle so much as wrapping up a journey. It's coming to the end, the last leg of the journey. I see this sea turtle and I think about Crush from Finding Nemo, and how they they swim around in the ocean, but then they get into the current. And when they're in the current, they're just going, they're just flying through. They're on this journey. And you have to just ride the wave. And you have been on this journey, this potential journey. What happens at the end of the potential journey is you open this door to value. You recognize what you contain within yourself, and then you learn how to take that potential, that charismatic nature, that wisdom, that awareness, to take that alongside the value that you have within yourself, the value of everything that you contain within, that you have to offer to the world. You take all of that and you design your own treasure island in whatever way it comes forth. So let's find out what message this particular spirit has for you. And it feels very much connected to the final journey through the current. I'm literally hearing like, I'm 150, dude. You gotta ride it, dude. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's find out. So we have the 4 of Pumpkins, or the 4 of Coins, the Knight of Candles, or the Knight of Wands, and the 10 of Pumpkins, or the 10 of Coins. This is very much about your success, your abundance, your prosperity. Here's the thing. When the foundation, because we have the 4 of Pumpkins and we have the door to value with the 31, which reduces to a 4. When we have the foundations solid, when we're not clinging to the potential because we're afraid it's going to fall apart, when we are not locking this door because we're not sure ever going to get a return on what we give. When we find ourselves coming into contact with a lot of people that actually embody the shadow attributes of this, so they use their power and their charisma for self-aggrandizement. I did this and I did that. And you know what, guys? I've done a lot of things for myself. I've healed a lot of things. I have overcome a lot of things. But anything and everything that I have done, that I share, it's never to pump myself up. It never is. If you truly know me, you know I am one of the most humble people, because no matter how much I have overcome, I still get knocked down. I still have to navigate my way through pain and loss and grief and sadness and everything. I still have to go through it. So yes, I have overcome a lot, but I don't use it that way. And this is something that we have in common. It's recognizing that at the foundation, you can open this door. Why? Because you know that there is value in what you have experienced. And you also know that your experiences and your value does not change the fact that we all go through things. We all endure things, and we all have to recognize that there are going to be times where we're sitting in a state of potential rather than realized power. And as you solidify this foundation here, this foundational belief, this foundational wisdom, as you solidify that, now you get to really dive into the energy of inspiration, of charisma. Now you get to take off. Now you get to go. Now you get to find yourself in that, I think it's called the East Australian current, just like Crush, just flying through. Now everything moves really fast. And what is the benefit? The benefit is the 10 of pumpkins, the 10 of coins, the 10 of pentacles. The benefit is that through every ounce of potential, you have managed to recognize the value of it all and transform it into abundance, transform it into wealth, transform it into your treasure island. Now, I'm not going to try and even fathom how this is playing out. Sarah, if you're here, I imagine this is a message about your business. If you are looking at a job, this could tell you that when you value yourself, your job will value you too. It's going to play out how it plays out. It's going to be different. But this is about you recognizing that the value that you contain within is worthy of being adequately compensated. If you believe the truth of who you are at the foundation, if you recognize your potential and you use that potential to get in touch with the king and the queen energy within you. So let's get some final messages for you guys. Spirits surrounding the collective of pile 2. What final messages do you have for pile 2? I feel this like excitement, like this building excitement. You know, this prince card, the prince is holding flowers behind his back, and the princess comes, I'm actually like seeing the scene, and the princess is coming up to him and really excited and really happy. But he has this building excitement because what he contains behind his back is this gift that is going to make someone else light up. It's going to create this joy, this happiness within another person, within a person that they love. And that's really important to recognize, is that that is what you have to value. And there's this building excitement of, oh my gosh, okay, I have this, I have this, I have this. So I can take all of these and I can help someone else. I can light them up. I can share and change their life, their world. I can do that because I contain it within myself. I hold this value. I hold this blessing within myself. So let's see what your final message is. First, we have card number 8, the forests, with seeing the bigger picture. Ooh, I love that. 25, mud and moss, with stagnation. And then 42, to the grave, with secrets. Okay. So here is, I'm hearing tough love. a hard pill to swallow. Sometimes we think that we're going to take something to the grave. Sometimes we think that we need to hold on to this secret, hold on to this wisdom, hold on to this or that. Sometimes we think that we need to hold on to that, and we don't realize that it actually leaves us in a state of stagnation. It leaves us unable to really heal ourselves because we're not seeing the bigger picture. So this is about you seeing the bigger picture and how secrets really lock you down. They really keep you stagnant. They keep you outside of the door to value, outside of Treasure Island, outside of the 10 of Pumpkins. Why? Because you're too afraid. Sometimes it's called for on the spiritual journey to acknowledge the secrets. And it doesn't mean that it needs to be confession time with everybody in your life. No, it means there are times where you have to verbalize something that you're holding within, even if you're just doing it in front of the mirror, even if you're talking about it to spirit. It's you recognizing that there are certain things that you carry within yourself that need to be released. They need to be let go of because they cause a stagnation within you. And when you see the bigger picture of life, then you realize that the secrets that we keep, they're just based out of shame. They're based out of guilt. They're based out of this fear that other people are going to see them and ostracize us. When you see the bigger picture, these things that we keep within ourselves that we say, well, I'm going to take this to the grave, those things that are truly creating the stagnation in your life, they're truly stopping you from living your life, from really being fulfilled in your life. These things, they're shadows of pain, of anguish, of guilt. You might not be proud of certain things, but it doesn't mean that you can't let it go. One of the best ways that we let things go is by choosing to heal ourselves, choosing to see the bigger picture, choosing to forgive ourselves, and then see that through that experience, through that lesson that we hated, we grew stronger. We grew better. We became more humble, more loving, more open, more generous. And from there, when you see the bigger picture, you'll be able to see all the different pieces of yourself that have held you in a state of potential instead of opening that door. And instead of boosting your ego, you'll start looking at yourself and saying, okay, I did this, I did that. I take responsibility, ownership of the things that I have done. And I recognize things that have happened to me and how I have navigated through it. And I share this with spirit. I share this with my guides. I share this with this particular spirit around me because I am ready to move into my value. I am ready to open that door. I am ready to step out of stagnation. I am ready to choose to heal myself and to move forward and to build my prosperous life. I see the bigger picture and I see how these things that I have been holding within have really trapped me within myself. And I am ready to get into that current. I am ready to go. It is time. And this spirit around you, holding this archetype energy of the prince, the spirit around you is here to help you move through this, see this, and move beyond it so that you can heal and share what you have within yourself with the rest of the world in whatever way is right for you. All right, pile 2, this is what I have for you. I'm going to ring this bell here. So if you're wearing headphones, just as a heads up. Okay. I want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you to your guides, my guides, the Great Spirit, for facilitating the connection between our energies and helping these messages to flow, helping them to reach the collective of pile 2, helping them to wrap around the collective of Pile 2 and elevate them up to see higher, greater, and to gain that awareness of the value that they have within themselves so that they can really see how to move from potential into the greatest life imaginable for them. Thank you so much. Pile 2, if this resonated and you would like to support my channel, I truly appreciate that. Some of the ways that you can do that is liking this video, commenting in the comment section. You can share the video, subscribe to my channel. You can also go to the description box and there are links to donate to my channel. There are also links to my author page where there are 9 different books that I have published on Amazon. They are available in, one of them is in hardcover. The others are all available in paperback as well as Kindle and Kindle Unlimited. So please feel free to check those out. You can donate to my channel if you feel called to. All of these are really great ways to help this channel grow, to help the messages get out to the collective that they're meant for, and to help build this community of such amazing, loving souls. So I'm going to leave you guys here. I want to say thank you again so much for being here, and I will see you at my next reading. I love you all. Bye. Hello, Pile 3. If you chose the third pile, this is your message about what spirits around you want you to know, want you to be aware of. So before we get started, I am going to ring this bell 3 times. And so I just want to let you guys know it could be a little bit loud if you're wearing headphones, so just be prepared. Here we go. Okay. Now, let's get into your message. So the archetype energy we're working with is the rescuer. And it says the light attributes are provide strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. And the shadow attributes are assumes that the rescued will reciprocate, keeps the rescued one needy. And the energy this is coming forth in represents 6, card number 6 with contract. And then we have the energy that this spirit is here to help you with is the card number 51, which also reduces to a 6 with milk and honey. Now, 6s are about choice, equilibrium, balance, harmony, unconditional love. So this rescuer card, I was actually just talking about this with my therapist last week. And I was talking about how one of the issues that I have as far as providing services, making courses, the things that I want to do for the collective is that I just see myself as a terrible entrepreneur because I don't want to keep you feeling needy ever. What I desire to do in the creations that I make and provide to the world, my books, my readings, personal readings, healing sessions, anything like that, even courses. What I desire is to give you the tools to recognize your own strength, your own abilities, so that you don't have to consistently come back. And every time I have taken courses or gotten involved in communities that are designed to help entrepreneurs, they talk about a funnel and they talk about creating repeat visits. But that feeds back into the same separation and division ideation that is breaking and tearing our world apart. And the reason why I'm bringing this up in such just blatant honesty with you guys is because the spirit of the rescuer that is around you is helping you understand what random acts of kindness really are out there in the world, helping you understand the choices that you have in life, the commitments, the contracts, the connections that you build, and how you can move forward in that with the confidence that you can still be there for others. You don't need reciprocity, but that doesn't mean that you're people pleasing. And that's really the key. Because when we make people needy to us, or when we become needy to another to solve our problems, to release us from this, to heal us, we don't see the innate wisdom of our own strength, our own ability to rescue ourselves. Now, this energy here is really focusing in on you and yourself, your soul, your mission, your journey, your purpose. This is less about you in relation to others and more about you in relation to yourself. Do you see yourself as your own rescuer? Do you see yourself as the one who can provide strength, provide support for yourself? When you go into crisis mode, when something happens, something tumbles down in your life, do you feel as though, well, this is just the hand I was dealt? These are just the cards I was given, and this is just how things are. And you reach out to others to solve the problems, to help you, to clarify things for you? Or do you understand that you're the one who is the captain of your ship? You hoist the sails. You determine the course. You are the one that throws out the life preserver, and you're the one in the water catching the life preserver. You are all of the places within the storyline. You are all that you need. And this doesn't mean that connections don't matter. It means that you are able to come fully and wholly into a connection with others. You are 100% all you need. And this energy is helping you recognize the places and the interactions in your life that are asking of you in a way that is not right for you. When we get into contracts in our life, and I actually have, spoiler alert, I have a reading coming up at the end of this week for you guys about shadow contracts and what they are and why specific ones are playing out in your life. And this energy right here is helping you through a lot of those. When we contract with another soul, when we contract to come here, contracts are never binding. And if you question that, think about the Constitution and all of the different amendments to the Constitution. Any and every contract we sign in the world, we can find a way to amend it, to change it, to suit the changes and the growth that we have made. So when we contract something, when we get into a connection, we're making a choice. We're making a decision. This doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that there isn't meant to be reciprocity. It doesn't mean that you're stuck in that. It means that we're on this journey and we connect and we contract and we do these things. We make these commitments, and especially to ourselves, because we have a specific intention behind it. And sometimes we don't know what the intention is. Sometimes we don't understand it. Sometimes it comes from our shadow selves. Sometimes it comes from our soul. Sometimes it comes from connecting with a soul in this life that is brand new to us. And we decide, hey, I like you. I think we're great together. Let's have a soul contract forged in this life. Whatever it means to you, you don't need anyone to tell you what balance and reciprocity and equivocal or equality really means to you, because you know what it means. The rescuer energy around you is helping you identify the places in your life, in your energy, in your mentality, where you are placing a potentially, I want to say potentially, this is my qualification, not spirits. And I want to be very clear about that, because very often I set myself completely aside and I let spirit come in. But I also understand that it could be triggering. Places and connections in your life where you potentially have fallen into an unequal imbalance, potentially making contracts that are not right for you. And why I say potentially, And why Spirit is allowing me to say potentially is because I don't know this. You know this. This is about what you get involved in, what you connect to. So are there places in your life that make you feel like you are dependent upon someone else to solve a problem, to pull you out of it, to rescue you? Are you continually putting forth some sort of resource, whether that is your time, your energy, your money, into something that is not giving back to you, but it is creating the belief that you have to keep putting money into it? That is what this Spirit is helping you recognize. It's helping you recognize that if you are capable of being a strong, firm, supportive, loving person to others in a time of crisis without expectation of them gifting anything back to you, if you're just there to help, why would there be other contracts, other connections in your life outside of this where that is not the same thing gifted to you, given to you, expected of you, where there is the expectation is zero expectation? Where in your life is this playing out? What decisions are you making based off of connections that involve reciprocity, expectation of reciprocity, codependency? And these are triggering questions. And I understand that 100% because for me, I lived a lot of my life in codependent connections because I was in a victim mentality and I believed I needed someone else to save me. And it wasn't until I hit a point where there was nothing and no one that could help me beyond Spirit, beyond myself and my connection to Spirit, that I was able to recognize what this meant in my life. And we think of contracts as binding. We think of them as solid, solidified, impermeable. But that's not true. That is why amendments exist. That is why modifications exist. Even in our legal system, in the physical world, we can use that as an energetic example. You can modify a contract and an agreement. You can amend something that seemed solid and steadfast. Why do we do this? Because we desire to live in a life in which we're joyful and taken care of and living fully. Sorry, guys. Willow is a little bit underfoot today. She just wanted some loves. Hi, baby. You want to come and say hi? Come here. Come here. Come here. Hi, baby. Hi, Willow baby. Oh, yeah, big kisses. Say hi. Say hi. There we go. All right, down, baby. Thank you. So we get into these situations, and what we desire is joy. What we desire is abundance. What we desire is stress-free. I mean, me personally, I don't know that I could ever live my life completely stress-free just because I'm a mom. I think that is really structured a lot of my mentality, that stress is just existent, but it's about navigating through it without it impacting us negatively. All right, I'm going to go let her out because she definitely wants out. I'll be right back. I have been proven wrong. She did not want to go outside. She wanted a treat. And now she is quite happy just looking at it, not eating it, just looking at it. But anyway, we were talking about the desires, the core desire that we have in our life, this milk and honey card. It's that our choices will lead us down the right path. That what we commit ourselves to will lead us down the path that will bring our ultimate fulfillment. This energy here, I can't emphasize this enough. It's here to help you understand that nothing is completely binding. There are always ways to amend certain things in our life, and contracts are one of them. What is a contract but a piece of paper? In the physical world, a contract is nothing more or less than a piece of paper. And when we get into contracts in the physical world, people think this is the end all be all, but they get changed all the time. When you seek out balance and equality and reciprocity, because you know that that is what the true nature of a rescuer is. It's someone who understands that if I don't expect anything out of this, but I put forth my love, there is a grander scheme, a grander plan, a grander energy at play that balances things out in the way that it is meant to. So I don't need to make this person sign this, or I don't need to sign this in this connection, because there is no need to expect a return from this person because I'm giving this. Rather, I can be pleasantly surprised. Rather, I can say, this is what equality looks like, and this is how I desire to live my life. And I am choosing to move in the way that is right for me. If you feel like you have been in a crisis mode, this energy is here 100% to help you understand what it means to change something that seems so solid, so steady, so fixed, because your ultimate goal, your ultimate choices in life lead you down the path for your fulfillment, even when it doesn't seem that way. And there are always ways to change things. So let's see what else this spirit wants to say with these messages. We have the Six of Pumpkins, or the Six of Coins, the Page of Lightning, or the Page of Swords, and the Nine of Potions, or the Nine of Cups. Right here, more sixes. We've got 666, 369, Nikola Tesla. Any of those things may be significant for you. But with the Six of Pumpkins, you have them all wrapped up and they're beautiful. And you think about Halloween and trick-or-treating. You go to the door and you say trick or treat, and people give you candy. And it is an expectation of a return for this. But what about outside of that? When someone just does it because, there's always a balance to things. And sometimes we don't understand that clearly, or we don't see how things can be rebalanced when they get out of balance, when they are off kilter. But there is an energy here that is helping you pick up the pieces of inspiration to see, this wasn't working for me. This interaction wasn't working for me, especially with the Page of Lightning, where you've got the two bullies. The bullies learn on the journey through Hocus Pocus, they learn that engaging in bullying isn't going to get them anywhere. What that does is create the reciprocity of being bullied back. And so there is this awareness that we don't have to force something. We don't have to become dependent on something. We don't have to do something simply because we want it from someone else. We can operate out of a mode where we're giving, and we understand that because we give, the universe will take care of us. And that's a hard thing. That's a hard truth to accept. That is a hard truth to accept. But you're surrounded by this energy, this spirit energy right now that lets you know the universe is what the contract is. It's with the universe. It's not with another person necessarily. It may seem like it is, but the universe always rebalances, always gives in harmony, always gives equally. And so the more that you allow yourself to see, you know what, this is the way to do it. Showing kindness, showing love, no expectation. Because I know that the universe has my back. I know the universe has me covered. I know the universe has promised me milk and honey for the choices that I have made. When you do that, you get this kind of curiosity about what is it? Where is it in my life that this is coming in? And the more that you get that curiosity and you engage in that curiosity, the closer you move to your wish fulfillment, the closer you move to the milk and honey. But it's about making the choice to do that. It's about seeing fully how the universe rebalances things when you are giving and kind and supportive and loving without expectation, without requirement, without creating codependency. When you do these things, you do get to live your ultimate wish fulfillment. You do get to live that life, that milk and honey life, even if you don't see it right now. Because when we accept certain things as our truths, the universe takes care of me. The universe has my back. Everything that I want and desire is meant for me in this life, and the universe always conspires in my favor. When you accept those things as your truth, every day is a dream come true. Every moment, every breath, every time you get to help someone else is a dream come true. But more than that, every time you step into the role of the rescuer for yourself, you create more dreams. You solidify this connection that you have to the universe, to yourself, to your guides, to your mission, to your path, to your purpose, to your fulfillment. You commit yourself more and more and more. And there are a lot of examples out there of the shadow attributes of the rescuer, and not nearly enough of the light attributes. And that means that the universe is asking more of us to embody the light attributes of the rescuer, to embody this desire to help without expectation of reward. You don't need recognition. You don't need a kickback. You don't need a benefit. You don't need to benefit from helping another. You simply do it. You're simply there. You simply love. And it's not always easy. It's not, because it's a challenge. But we do that for ourselves. Do you expect yourself to reward you? Or do you help yourself because you know that you're strong enough, capable enough of seeking that help or helping yourself in the right ways? You don't need to reward yourself, because the reward is your fulfillment. The reward is your happiness. The reward is realizing that change is good. Change is healthy. And getting curious and inspired about different ways that you can live your life, different ways that you can commit to yourself, choosing to commit to yourself and what is right for you. Okay, final messages. Yeah, Flying Ointment, Let Loose, card 21. And then we have 15, the Sacred Vows with Commitment. So we've got a 3 and we've got another 6. So this is about allowing yourself to loosen the... I'm going to just cover her up just in case YouTube decides they want to be challenging. This is about letting go of all of the beliefs that Spirit, can you help me verbalize this energy? Letting go of all of the beliefs that you can't shift or change things. Even with vows, if you think about marriage vows, we say our vows, and yeah, there's this set marriage vows that most wedding services have, but These sacred vows are in her own mind. This commitment, it's in her own mind. Let's see if I can get that to... It doesn't want to... That's very interesting. It doesn't want to autofocus down here. I'm curious here. There. Huh. It auto-focused as soon as I put the commitment card up here. A commitment is not the same as a contract. Vows are not the same as a contract. They are intentions. They are things that we say, that we intend, that create connections, but they also are how we intend to be in connections, how we intend to be with the world, what we intend to commit to, what we intend to collaborate with. This is about letting yourself go and letting yourself be free to be yourself, rather than feeling like you are locked down with this expectation or this way, this path, this commitment. This is about letting yourself go, letting go of the idea that certain things can't be changed. And when you let go of the idea that certain things can't be changed, you come back together with that part of you that knows that you are the change, that you are capable of making those changes, that you are capable of changing. And in doing so, you rescue yourself from that fixed notion that it isn't adjustable, so that you can recommit to a different way of being, to a better life, to a happier circumstance, to a happier existence. All right, pile 3, this is what I have for you. I want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you to your guides, my guides, and the Great Spirit for connecting these energies, for allowing these messages to flow through, for helping uplift the collective of pile 3, helping them understand how great their path is, how much possibility and potentiality they hold, and helping them to embody their greatest self. Thank you so much. Thank you. Pile 3, if this resonated and you would like to support my channel, I would truly appreciate that. You can do that in a multitude of ways, including liking this video, commenting in the comment section below. You can subscribe to this channel, share this video out. You can also go to my description box. In that are links to donate to my channel if you feel called to. There's also a link to my Amazon author page where you can find my books, paperback, hardcover, Kindle Unlimited. All of them are there from that author page, and it's all in the description box below. If this is where I leave you and you leave me, no big deal. I appreciate you guys just being here and sharing your energy. And I want to say thank you so much one more time, because this message was such a beautiful one. All right, my loves, I'm going to leave you here. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you at my next reading. Bye. Hello, pile 4. If you chose the 4th pile, this is the message for you from the spirits around you right now. So before we get started in the message, I am going to ring this bell 3 times. I wanted to give you guys a forewarning in case you're wearing headphones. It can be a little bit loud. So here we go. Perfect. All right, let's get into your message. So we're starting with the archetype energy of the beggar. And the light attributes of this energy are: confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. And the shadow attributes are dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. Now, the energy that this particular spirit is coming forth to bring into your awareness is the Deceit card. So this is going to be kind of a hard truth message, and I want you guys to be prepared, because I had to sit with this energy for a while and really allow myself to let it settle. This world is built in balance, not imbalanced, but in a balance. And we can deceive ourselves. And the more that we deceive ourselves, the more we are deceived by others, the more that we aren't able to see the reality of what's going on. Now, reality is based off of our perception. It's how we create the world that we live in. Our reality is dependent upon our inner truth. This particular spirit has a very firm, very solid energy to it. It has a kind of brick wall energy, as in this spirit feels like one of your head guides. And when this spirit comes forth, it is letting you know that there are times to take a rest. There are times to take a break. But when we are manifesting, when we are creating the life that we desire, if we believe something like, if I set this intention, it will just happen, we are deceiving ourselves. That is why this world is built in a state of balance. We send out an intention. This is what I intend to create. This is what I intend to do. This is what I intend to bring forth into the world. And we send that out, and the universe goes, all right, let's do this. I have your back. I'm there with you. What happens after that depends on each one of us. This is why the shadow energy that needs to be addressed here, the dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. This is about thinking that the universe is going to move mountains for you to follow your path. You are the one that determines, is there a mountain ahead of me? Do I go through the mountain? Do I go around the mountain? Do I go over and down the mountain? And then you do it. And as you do it, the universe comes in and says, well, if you're going to go through it, here are some mining tools. If you're going to go around it, here is the path. Let me get you a noble steed to ride. If you are going over it, here are the climbing supplies. Allow me to make sure that the wind is helping you get up instead of beating at you while you're going up. We are in a balanced state with the universe. This guide wants you to understand that you are the one that determines your own personal empowerment. You are the one that determines what it is that you want to create in this world and how to do that, the steps to do that, and all of the outside influences, outside energies that the universe helps with, even if it comes in as a form of challenge, as a sort of deceit from the outside world. It's there to help us realize, okay, what is it internally within me that I'm not seeing, that I'm not realizing? How do I shift this energy? How do I come into this awareness? How do I have compassion and build myself back up? How do I empower myself? And then I can move beyond it. There are a lot of people out there teaching about the law of attraction. If you just think it into existence, it will be. But we have to be an active participant in our life. So what this guide is helping you realize here with this energy, helping you with in your life, is to clean up everything external, everything internal that is creating the environment of deceit, deception, betrayal. It is helping you clean all of that up actively. And how this works, and it depends on each and every one of us, because my way of cleaning things up may not be your way of cleaning things up. Sometimes I need to shift the external energy in order for my internal energy to become part of my conscious awareness. So we shift things internally and our external world changes. As within, so without. As above, so below. This notion, this saying or truth, whatever you want to label it as. This is something I personally have experienced many times. When I shift something internally, sometimes it's through a meditation, sometimes it's through dream work, sometimes it is through reflective journaling, sometimes it's just simply I go to sleep and I wake up the next morning and something has shifted. But it isn't always easy for me to access that shift. And I personally can fall into states of self-deceit where I tell myself, well, if I'm feeling this, then I don't need to do anything about it. It's already done. But the thing is we need that reflection point. A lot of us need that reflection point. Why? Because when we have that point of reflection in the outside world, in whatever way it comes about, we're able to realize the magnitude, the depth, bring it into our conscious awareness and override the self-deceit. And self-deceit breeds doubt. It breeds fear. It breeds hesitancy. So what we're doing here is we are allowing ourselves to shift certain things in our awareness with this clean it up. This guide wants you to think about what can you do to shift your outside world so that you can feel and come into conscious awareness of what has shifted internally, so that this deceit stops having a hold over you, stops holding you from making that effort, from taking those steps, from choosing which path, when the mountain is in front of you, you're going to and you're meant to take. Sometimes when I shift something like that, I need to rearrange furniture. Sometimes I just simply need to do a load of laundry or make my bed or sit down with my journal and get things organized. Sometimes I sit down and I pull cards and I just allow for my consciousness to catch back up. Cleaning it up means being honest with ourselves. Are you empowering yourself to survive in this world, to thrive in this world? Are you empowering yourself to the point of owning your own sovereignty? Because when you own your own sovereignty, this deceit energy stops having any power over you. The hardest journey that we take is the one that involves self-honesty, because we can't, when we lie to ourselves, we're telling the universe, if I'm okay with lying to myself, I'm okay with other people lying to me. And that's what we interact with. But when we are really blatantly honest with ourselves, and I tell you what, guys, this is a struggle and a challenge for me too, because I have to own a lot of my mentalities, a lot of my fears, a lot of my worries, a lot of my doubts. I have to look at them and ask myself, why are they there? What is the purpose of them being there? And how do I move beyond it? How do I overcome it? How do I empower myself? I do these things for myself because I lived a portion of my life without taking the effort to do it. I ran away from it. And you build these false personas and false walls, and you deal with a lot of betrayal. And that is really freaking painful. It is really painful. This spirit energy around you in particular wants you to start breaking down or shedding the layers of breaking down the walls or shedding the layers, however you view it, of the self-deceit that has created this shadow within you, that the universe will take care of it, or this person will take care of it, and realize that you are more than capable. More than capable. And I'm not diminishing if you're in a depressive phase, if you are having struggles with your mental or physical health, because you guys, I struggle with all of that every day of my life, especially right now. But we get to these points where we realize, I don't know how to help myself. I need to ask help from others, but we have to engage in that. So I understand how hard this can be to face. I understand how hard it can be to clean up the lies that we have told each other and to clean up our lives from the people who are lying to us. Because we can love someone who consistently lies. It's up to you whether the lies continue. The clean it up, this spirit guide in particular, even though the energy is really firm and it can be off-putting, it can be uncomfortable of an energy. It's not there to hurt you. It's not there to scare you. It's not there to make you run in fear. It is there to give you that reflective point, to give you that reflection, to show you this is how you can be. This is how you have the potential to be. This is who you are on a soul level. You are this strong. You are this capable of being a no bullshit kind of person. You are capable of all of these things. You have this empowerment. You know your worth, your value. You know how to move beyond this self-deceit, this part of you that wants to challenge the truth of who you are. You have this within you. You have the spiritual authority. You give so much compassion, so much empathy, so much upliftment to other people. You don't accept it for yourself. And that deceives you. You deceive yourself in not accepting that for yourself, not accepting yourself as the truth of who you are. And yes, we have weak moments in life. Yes, you may have weak moments in life. Yes, you may struggle. Yes, you may lie to yourself here and there, but you also are more than capable of picking up the pieces, cleaning it up, and finding your way back, recreating the life that you desire that is not built upon a lie, that is not woven with doubt. You have the capability of doing this. So let's take a look at the tarot cards for deeper message. So we have the Four of Lightning or the Four of Swords, the Six of Pumpkins or the Six of Coins, and the Two of Pumpkins or the Two of Coins. There is a time to rest and a time to move. If you feel like there's an energy or there is a force or someone else that is locking you down, why are you locked down? Why are you trapped? Why does it hurt so much? What is it that is hurting? Is it because there is an imbalance? Is it because you're doing your fair share and not receiving it back? Or is it because you believe that somebody needs to rescue you, somebody needs to take care of you? Are you holding your hand out to the universe and saying, I need you to do this for me? Fix it, take care of it. But you're not engaging in that interaction. Because when you have equality, when you have balance, you have two very full cups. And this is two coins, but they are full. They are happy. They are full. They are coming together and sharing with each other. This is for you to realize that the universe works in a balance. It works fairly. But when we deceive ourselves that we have to take the effort, that we have to take the action, that we have to make the moves, or when we deceive ourselves and we say, I can do all of this, but I'm not worthy, because we deceive ourselves consistently. We breed and breathe life into doubt. And this is about letting go of that. Letting go of that. You have two cards that signify balance, reciprocity, equality. Two cards here that are saying, this is what you deserve. But sometimes we have to take a break from what we know. The break doesn't mean that we don't engage in any effort for our behalf. But when we take a break from what we know, when we take a break from knowing these lies, knowing these doubts, when you say, you know what, I don't think I want to know that anymore. I don't think I want to engage in that anymore. What I want is fairness. So what is fairness? Well, if I take this step, the fair thing that I believe is that the universe is going to meet me, and the universe will. We don't always understand it. We don't always see it. This is something that I actually literally had a revelation and a personal breakthrough on recently, is this awareness, this internal awareness that, whoa, the universe has been meeting me, giving me blessings, but I haven't been able to see them as blessings because I've been struggling with my own self-worth and my own self-esteem, because they've come as blessings in disguises, or they have come with a side of a really hard hit. This year for myself has been the year of every constant, every structured belief that I had of something constant, something steady in my life, even if it was a negative steadiness, has crumbled, has been ripped away from me. And so I had to take a look at the things that I believed that came to light within me as self-deceit. And then as soon as I saw the reality, as soon as I saw the real truth underneath the lies, underneath the cloak, underneath the layers, when I saw the truth, I was able to see there have been so many blessings in my life. New blessings. I just needed to be able to shift that perspective. And that's how we rebalance these things. That's how we come into this harmonious relationship. We take a pause and we say, okay, this thing has been holding me up. This has been stringing me up. It has been torturing me. It has been hurting me. It is breeding self-doubt and lies. And I don't want it anymore. I need to clean it up. I need to change this. So I need to awaken to my own sovereignty, my own spiritual authority. I need to awaken to the truth of who I am. Even when I struggle, even when I lie, even when I do things that I'm not proud of, I need to awaken to the truth of who I am underneath all of that. Find the source of why I feel I have to engage in that way, and then start making baby steps, tiny moments, small efforts to change it. When we do that, that's when we start seeing the universe has always had my back. It's always given back to me. It's always been blessing me. I just wasn't able to fully see it. And we clean up and we clear up and we start living our life more authentically, more honestly. And we live our lives more joyfully. So let's see your final two messages. We have the card 31, Invocations, the Power of Words. And it says, I recognize the power of my words and use them for the good of all. And then we have Bewitched, You're Under a Spell, 35. So this is saying there are a lot of things that we say to ourselves. The power of our words can put us under a spell. It can put us under a negative spell. It can put us under a false pretenses, a false belief. We can listen to another person and believe something false about ourselves because this other person seems to have the authority. But each and every word that is spoken is a spell. It is an invocation. So start shifting the words that you say. Clean up the way that you talk to yourself. Love yourself, accept yourself, trust yourself. Bring that balance back into your life by giving to yourself and taking the effort to say, I love me. I believe in me. I can overcome this. I can clean this up. I can shift this. I can change this. I can manifest this. I am manifesting this. I am changing. I am changed. And the more that you start realizing that when you put these words into action, when you start acting in these ways that maybe feel like deceit of the self, you start cleaning up the ways that you lie to yourself. You start seeing the honesty and the clarity of who you are fully. And you break that negative spell. And you start moving in a deeper, loving way, accepting your own sovereignty, accepting who you are. And you start putting forth that effort and you start putting forth that energy, and the world starts showing it right back to you. And that is energetically cleaning up, because now you're seeing that there is more clarity in your interactions. There's more clarity in the way that you and the universe work together, because you guys are on the same wavelength. You are communicating in the same language. You are resting when you need to rest and taking action when you need to take action. You are giving and receiving in balance. You have chosen what is right for you. You are invoking the joy of the life that you desire, that you are worthy of living, and you are moving forward in that way. This energy, this spirit energy around you, I cannot emphasize enough how hard and kind of overwhelming it feels like. In a big way, it's an energy that I associate with Odin and Zeus. Those energies are really big, like running into a mountain, but they're also very energizing and they're very honest. To a fault, they are honest because they want you to live your best life. They want to aid you in living your best life. But before that can happen, you have to make a decision and then take the first step. This energy is here to empower you to your truth, to the truest nature that you are, so that lies, deceit, betrayal, doubt, all of it gets cleaned up and shifted out of your life. You and the universe co-creating your reality. Wow, pile 4. This has been amazing. 1144 may be significant for some of you. I just wanted to mention that. Those numbers are popping out. But without further ado, I'm going to leave this here. I want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you to your guides, my guides, the Great Spirit, for connecting these energies, facilitating these messages, flowing them through, for the strength and the resilience and the honesty that has been brought forth to the collective of pile 4, so that they can really, truly feel their own power internally, so that they can have more compassion with the ways they operated before, so that they can see their worthiness, their capability of cleaning their life up to being the shiniest, brightest version that is destined for them, that they are meant for and that they desire. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, pile 4. If this resonated and you would like to support my channel, I would truly appreciate that. Some of the ways you can do that is by liking this video, commenting in the comment section below, subscribing to my channel, sharing the video. You can also go to the description box. There are links to donate to my channel, as well as links to my Amazon author page, where if you go to that author page, you can see all of the books that I have published. They're available in hardcover, paperback, and Kindle or Kindle Unlimited. Any and all of these are really great ways of supporting me and my creativity, supporting my mission and purpose here on the world, but also in helping this channel grow, helping it reach more people, helping it reach the collective, and helping our community continue to grow and to come together so that we can all empower each other and work together in this life. All right, my loves, I'm going to leave you here. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you at my next reading. I love you all. Bye.